Well, my name is Rosenda Calloway, and I am the manager of the Auto Club Group's Independent Travel Agent Program. I know that we have a lot of guests from other AAA clubs, and I want to welcome you. Just to let you know that the reason why you're invited is that we have a group. We have what we call the Independent Contractor Power Team, and it consists of all the AAA clubs that do have independent contractors. So I have been doing training for all of our independents for quite a long time. And I know that individually, the rest of the clubs were also doing training for their independence. So I suggested that, hey, why don't we consolidate all of them instead of us all doing one-to-one? So at the beginning of the year, I contacted a lot of our travel partners and said, hey, are you interested in doing training for a little more than 300 independent contractors throughout our footprint? And they jumped on it because they know how great AAA is, right, Katie? So to kick this off, we have Katie Jessup from TTC, and she's going to be going over basically an overview of TTC, and then also talk about the incentive that's going to be going on for the next 2 months. And Katie, you are muted, so you can unmute yourself, and I'm going to go off video. So again, welcome Katie, and thank you so much for doing this presentation.
Yes, thank you so much for having me today and sending me an invitation to do this. So I'm very, very excited to talk a little bit about TTC. Yes, my name is Katie Jessup. I am originally from England, but I immigrated to Asheville, North Carolina, about 10 years ago. So it is an English accent with a Southern twang. And I'm very, very, very excited today to talk about TTC. The brands that I do represent are Trafalgar, Brendan Vacations, Cost Saver, Kentucky, and Adventure World Travel. But today I kind of want to do an overview of the brands so you can just kind of get an idea. And then later on, we've got several trainings set up with you guys. So later on, we will go ahead and we will do other trainings with you as well. If you do have any questions, we will have a question and answer session at the end, or you can put them in the chat. I can't see the chat during the presentation, so I won't be able to answer any questions while I'm presenting. So very, very excited. Some of the trainings that we have coming up are brand trainings, social media tips and tricks, groups, and we're all about helping our travel agent partners grow their business. So we are your support system. So if you're needing anything from us, please reach out anytime. So let's go ahead and get started. Now, today we're going to talk about how you can utilize TTC for that lifetime of milestones when it comes to travel and your clients. For those of you that are new to travel, you probably have never heard of TTC, the Travel Corporation. Well, the Travel Corporation actually started with one man, one hotel, and one clear vision. And in 2020, we celebrated our 100th anniversary. We're still family owned, we're still family ran, and we have over 40 brands now creating dream vacations. Now, not all the brands are available here in the US, but we do have a core set of brands that you should know about when booking your clients. These core set of brands, and you can probably see them on the screen, range from Cost Saver to You by Uniworld to Brendan Vacations to Luxury Gold. And these brands actually travel to 70 countries over 7 continents. So what I want to do today is I want to introduce you to 2 clients. Their names are Nick Miller and Jessica Day. And these 2 clients have been traveling with us for many years. And I want to take you through their journey, how they have utilized TTC and our brands for their milestones as that they've traveled. So you're probably thinking, well, how did Nick and Jessica meet? They actually met on a Kentucky trip to Greece. Now, Nick was traveling on a graduation trip with his friends, and Jessica was traveling with her sisters. They try and do a trip every year. Now, traveling together is certainly what happened here. They met on trip and fell in love. I'm not sure if it was the amazing food that Greece has to offer. It could have been the island hopping included in the trip, or it could have even been the immersive experiences that Kentucky has to offer. But everything else is history. So for those of you that are not familiar with Kentucky, this is going to be your millennial Gen Z travel, right? It's going to be your 18 to 35-year-olds. Those young professionals that are looking to get out and travel. They want the ease of travel where everything's planned for them and they're looked after, and they just want to get out and enjoy the destination. That's what you're going to get from your Kentucky trip. So let's get back to Nick and Jessica. So Nick and Jessica dated for a couple of years, and they decided that, Nick decided that he wanted to propose to Jessica. He went back to his travel advisor and said, you know, I want to take Jessica to Ireland and I want to propose to her. So the travel advisor was like, well, let's go ahead and see what we can do. Tell me some of your wants and needs. And he mentioned that he wanted to really discover the heritage because Jessica's from there. He wanted to design his own itinerary, and he really didn't want to drive on the left. So the travel advisor said, well, you had a great time with TTC. You've traveled with them before. Let's go ahead and look at Brendan Vacations. What's fantastic about Brendan Vacations is we can design that itinerary for you. They have 5 travel styles to pick from. So it could be fully customizable, or we could do a fully guided trip for you. And you would have the opportunity to maybe stay in a castle for a night or two where you could propose to Jessica. Nick said, I'm all in. This is a great idea. So he picked our chauffeur drive because he wanted this to be a special treat for Jessica. They had the opportunity to do private food walking tour in Galway. They did a whiskey tasting experience. They got to see the Ring of Kerry. They got to kiss the Blarney Stone and get that gift of the gab. They did a cooking class. They ended up doing 2 nights at an amazing castle stay. Amazing food, beautiful scenery, and this is where he popped the question. Now, she said yes. So moving on, what comes with planning a wedding? Planning an amazing honeymoon. And because Ireland was the dream trip for Jessica, Nick got to pick where he wanted to go on top of his bucket list. So he went back to his travel advisor and they said, you know, we want to plan our honeymoon now and we want to go to Africa. So who do you think that they turned to for TTC in Africa? African Travel, of course. They wanted to design their own itinerary in Africa. And what's fantastic about African Travel is there's destination experts right in our office that hopped on a 3-way call with their travel advisor and helped them plan their trip, right? They got to stay in some amazing, luxurious lodges in Africa. They got to have all of their transportation included. They designed their itinerary with the experiences that they wanted. They got to go on safari and see the Big 5. They took a helicopter ride over Victoria Falls. They did a sunset cruise. This truly was a honeymoon to remember, and African Travel did a fantastic job listening to them and planning all the little details for them as on honeymoon. So Nick and Jessica started their careers. They were working really, really hard. Now, Jessica actually works for a company that is based out of London. And she had a conference that was actually going over to London. So business was taking her over there. And she decided, I've never been to London before. London's a fantastic city. Believe me, I know, or I could be biased because I am English, but it is a fantastic city. And she wanted to turn her conference into a bizcation. So she decided to pick Red Carnation Hotels. So for those of you that don't know Red Carnation Hotels, they're 5-star boutique hotels that we have and can offer with you as part of the Travel Corporation. She picked the Rubens at the Palace. This is a Red Carnation Hotel. Its location and history are what makes it. It overlooks Buckingham Palace. It has historic roots, and that's brought to life by that warm British hospitality. They have theatrical dining experiences. They have craft cocktails, live entertainment. They have restaurant bars. They have amazing gin tasting. Did you know in the UK they have flavored gin? Rhubarb ginger is my absolute most favorite. And they were able to utilize their concierge to go out and explore London. They got to go to Borough Market, St. Paul's Cathedral, the London Eye. I love London. It's like my best place. But like I said, I am English and I'm a little biased. They also got to do a tea time. When you go to England, you should always do a tea time at the Reuben as well. So they get back from their bizcation and they continue to work. I think all of us can sympathize with them that life gets busy. Sometimes careers take over and we can actually lose that connection with our loved ones, right? Because we work a lot and sometimes you just need a quick break to be able to reconnect with one another. So Nick and Jessica came back to their travel advisor and they said to them, you know what? This isn't a milestone for us, but we just really need to get away. We want a quick trip that is very, very reasonable. We want to have things included like accommodations, transportation, maybe some sightseeing highlights, but we want a ton of free time so we can go out and explore ourselves, and we want to go to Italy. The travel advisor, knowing that they traveled with TTC and that they could get a past guest discount, which we call our very important traveler discount, decided that they were going to pick Cost Saver. This is what Cost Saver does. So a lot of people think, oh, Cost Saver, it's a cheap Trafalgar. Nah, you got it wrong. What Cost Saver offers is the essentials, exactly what Nick and Jessica were looking for. Those accommodations, transportation from place to place, a nice itinerary already laid out for them, sightseeing highlights, but they also get an amazing travel director and concierge for the trip that travel director and concierge can help them with sightseeing highlights and getting out there and recommending restaurants and that kind of thing. And that's what they did. They went and visited the Vatican. They had a traditional dinner with a local family in a Tuscan hillside, and they got to take a gondola ride in Venice in Italy. But it was all about them having that free time to reconnect with one another, but they wanted a stress-free vacation, which is what they got from Cost Saver. So moving on. So Nick and Jessica, we actually didn't hear from them for a little while, and that was because they had two girls, Susan and Kelly. Now they're two girls. Girls can be a handful, right? I guess boys can be too. I just have one daughter, so I'm just experienced with girls, but they can be a handful, and you know, you're busy working, busy trying to raise your family. And eventually they said to themselves, we should take our girls on a trip. And we want a trip that is effortless. We don't have to worry about a thing. It's going to give us the opportunity to connect with each other, maybe more families. We'd like to travel and meet new families that are like-minded. So they went back to their travel advisor, and this is where their travel advisor recommended Trafalgar. Now, for those of you that don't know, Trafalgar does have some amazing family experiences that they can offer. And for you at AAA, what's amazing, all of our family experiences are double member benefit, which is fantastic for you guys. So they wanted to do the national parks, and that's what they did. They chose Wild West cowboys and buffaloes. Now, this trip is family fun for everyone. It gets to soak up a little bit of Yellowstone. It gets to soak up some of the Tetons, but you also get to learn how to be a cowboy or a cowgirl at a guest ranch with a family. And you also have a time to connect with other like-minded people on the trip. There was other girls on the trip, there was other boys on the trip, and it's a big family community with the family experience. So they had a fantastic time. Moving forward, Jessica and Nick are now empty nesters. And their kids, one kid is in college, one kid has just graduated from college, but they are empty nesters. And in 2018, they did travel with us yet again, and they were looking for something a little bit more premium this time, and they were looking to travel to Egypt, and they did pick Insight Vacations. Now, Insight Vacations is a tour company, but it's the premium tour company. It has amazing destinations. It has authentic experiences, fantastic hotels, and it gives you the opportunity to sit back and relax and enjoy your vacation because you have that amazing travel director and concierge on trip. you're certainly traveling in style with Insight Vacations. On this trip, they got to do a Luxor Sun bread tasting class with a local and got to sample this amazing bread. They got to go to the Luxor Museum and visit that and have a local specialist that helped them unlock the secrets of the museum. They visited the Valley of the Kings with a Egyptologist, put my teeth back in, and they did Giza Sound and a light show. So fantastic itinerary. They had an amazing time. So they have not traveled with us actually for the last couple of years for a small little reason. Obviously, we have been dealing with the pandemic, but they're back and they're ready to travel with us in 2022. They're actually going to be experiencing a big wedding anniversary. And this time they want something a little more luxurious like their Africa trip, and they've chose Uniworld River Cruises. They're going to be doing an 8-day trip, Castles on the Rhine, which goes from Amsterdam to Basel. Now, for those of you that don't know Uniworld, Uniworld is a boutique river cruise company. Their rooms are designed by Red Carnation Hotels. They reflect the destination that you're staying in. It's not like staying in a cabin. Beautiful hotels that really reflect, the Rhine River and the culture and the heritage that you're going to get there. You've got 5-star dining experiences. The menus are all designed by Mrs. Tallman herself. You have the opportunity to rent a bicycle and maybe take a bike ride. If you don't want to be as active as that, you can go out by yourself. You've got local specialists that take you out and that are English speaking, that help you understand the history and the culture of the destination. This trip, actually, you would get to visit 4 UNESCO heritage sites, and everything is included on board. Your drinks, your food, amazing dining, and amazing local entertainment. Now let's go back to the girls, Kelly and Susan. So Susan has already graduated, but Kelly is about to graduate this year from college. And, her parents want to send her on a trip. And she said to them, I like the look of the river cruise that you're going on. Can I go with you? They said, no way, absolutely not. It's our wedding anniversary. But how about we book you on You by Uniworld? So Kelly's a little more modern than her parents, and that is what by Uniworld is going to offer her as she travels this year. She's a little more active, and that is what they offer. High energy sightseeing. The rooms are very, very contemporary. There's fun on board, like mixology classes. They do paint and wine themed evenings. And she's going to actually do Amsterdam to Brussels. So similar itinerary, but traveling with You by Uniworld. You by Uniworld also does Vienna to Nuremberg. It does Eastern Europe as well as Western Europe. And she's very, very excited, and we're happy to have her travel with us. And remember that past guest discount is good for you to be able to offer any clients that have traveled with us before. One more trip that Nick and Jessica are planning for the near future is doing something a little bit more luxurious, and they're looking to travel in the future with luxury goals, because now they're getting to like the finer things in life. Their kids are graduated, they have their own lives, and they really, really want to get out there and travel a little bit more. They are actually going to travel on the 12-night trip. It's called Treasures of the Incas. And for those of you that are not quite sure about Luxury Gold, this is immersive small group journeys, no more than 20 guests. Here it's all 5-star dining. Could be a Michelin star restaurant. It could be a private cooking class where you get to sample some amazing local fare. It is going to be 5-star hotels and a lot of VIP experiences when you travel with Luxury Gold, sorry. So they're very, very excited to do the Vista Dome train to Machu Picchu and discovering a working tea plantation, as well as the other VIP experiences that they would get when traveling to South America. So that's how you would build a lifetime of travel experiences together or for your clients. I do have just a couple of announcements, and then we will open it up to questions. The first announcement, in 2021, we did actually announce or launch Adventure World Travel. Now, Adventure World Travel is a new brand to the US, but they've actually been booking for 50 years to the Australian market. And we saw a gap in the market. In fact, AAA ACG asked us to bring Adventure World Travel over to the US. And for Adventure World Travel, it is going to be that FIT traveler. So a little like your Brendan and your African travel, we're able to plan the itinerary, do the accommodations. We have extraordinary stays with Adventure World Travel. We have experiences that you can book from. And we also have destination experts. So if your guest is looking to go to Mexico, they would call, we would give you the Mexico destination expert and they would help you through the trip. So we've got Northern Europe available. We've got some areas of Canada, Alaska, Western America, and then South and Central America, Mexico, Middle East, and Asia. So great opportunity if you do have that FIT traveler and you want to get a price and a quote from Adventure World Travel. We do have destination experts ready to help you with Adventure World Travel. And we have booked some AAA ACG clients. And I think they got back recently and they had a really good time. So we're excited to have Adventure World Travel for you as well. So
Katie, for the new folks, would you explain what an FIT is a little more in depth?
So an FIT is going to be planning an itinerary. So you have a guest that comes to you and they don't want to go on a guided trip. They don't want to go on a river cruise. Booking them on a guided trip on a river cruise is much better for you. It's a lot easier. You're going to get more commission because commission's already built in. But if they want to do something independent, they want to maybe drive themselves or take trains and they want to book their hotels and then they want a few sightseeing experiences, but they really want to travel independently, that's what you're going to be doing and planning is with an FIT. Does that help? I hope it does.
Yes.
So just a couple more things that I wanted to mention for you. So we also have an amazing brand called the Tread Right Foundation. The Tread Right Foundation is all about, it's not really about travel, but it's all about giving back to the people, places, and planet. We have one planet that we live on, and we want to make sure that we're treading right on that planet and we're looking after the people that we're visiting. We have make travel experiences on all, not on all of our itineraries, but we are working on getting more. But you will see that on many of our itineraries. That means that we're giving back to certain people and communities, Indigenous people. We give back to. We have this lady called Marta that we go and visit. She weaves on this womb. She was the last person that knew how to weave like this, but she couldn't hire anyone to show her craft to, and we go there, we sponsor her. She now has an apprentice and her craft is now going to live on for the next generation. So our offices are all single-use plastic free. We're aligning ourselves with the UN global goals when it comes to our planet, and we're very, very excited to have the Tread Right Foundation and our Make Travel Matter experiences. So the last couple of things that I wanted to mention, I told you what's in it for your client when booking across the TTC brands. They get that important discount, right? That past guest discount. Well, what's in it for you? Not only do we offer you guys, especially at AAA, a very high commission, we also have the opportunity for you to travel with us and get an agent discount, which is always good to travel on brands when you're selling brands. The more you sell, the bigger your discount. In fact, you can get up to 100% discount and 50% for your companion, depending on what you sell. And I did send the flyer, the PDF, over to Resenda, and she'll send that out to you guys a little later today or tomorrow or whenever she has chance. We have our Agent Academy. So if you're looking for some agent training and you want a little bit more in depth, we do have our Agent Academy, so you can hop on there. We have our local sales managers. So for the Velvet collection, you're going to have SAMs. They're strategic account managers. There is a PDF that Resenda has that she's going to send on to you guys with the recording. We also have for our Trafalgar brands, so Trafalgar, Brendan, Cost Saver, Kentucky, and Adventure World, we have district sales managers, and that is actually a link on our advisor hub. So you can go on there, you can look at the map, and you can pick out who is located closest to you, and feel free to work with that local person. It's very good to have that local connection. Trafalgar Brands does have a Trafalgar Advisor Hub, so feel free to utilize that. There's a lot of videos on there that you can utilize. It's got our deals on there. There's social media content on there for you. It's a great hub for you to be able to utilize. We do have lots of sessions coming up. There is a PDF with all of these sessions that Resenda will send out to you. And then we're also offering you guys an incentive. So welcome to TTC ITA Power Days. This is going to take place from February 1st to March 31st. All you need to do is book with us, any TTC brand, as long as you book, new booking, as long as you put your deposit down by March 31st, you will get $25 per person in the form of a gift card. We'll probably do the gift cards April time, but extra market our brands, or for you to be able to put, you know, towards groceries or whatever it is you put your gift cards towards. And that's pretty much it. I did put some links in the chat today. A couple of the links were our websites. So our agent websites, you can have a look at them. And if there's any questions, let us know. I also put in there women's trips. So we do have both women's trips for itineraries for both Insight and Trafalgar. So you can check the links out there. They're both in there. I did put the Meet the Team link in there, as well as, what else did I put in there? The Travel Agent Academy, the Tread Right link. So there's lots of links for you to play around with. And if there are any questions, I highly, highly recommend that you reach out to that local district sales manager. They're here and they're happy to help. I can help as well if you want to reach out to me. But that's kind of my quick presentation. More brand training coming up, as well as other brands, but I just wanted to do a quick overview of TTC today. I hope you liked my story about Nick and Jessica, and I hope you've maybe got some ideas on how you might be able to use milestones to book our brands.
Katie, this was excellent. Excellent. I love how you were weaving that love story into all of the brands. That's ingenious, and I'm going to steal that idea for my future training. It was so engaging. And Linda Correa said the same thing. Sally Sparhark said, very well done, informative presentation. So folks, if you have any questions, go ahead and put in the chat. I am recording this, as I said. I will be sending the link to everyone, and I will also include the PDFs and also the links that she put in the chat, because a lot of you won't be able to access it. Just to let you know, this is going to be the same Teams meeting link for every single presentation. So it is every 2 weeks. Us for, it would be great to do it for all of them. And all of the guest speakers that work for all of these suppliers do just amazing jobs like this. So I encourage you to join, especially for those who are new to the industry. So I don't see any questions. We just have compliments on how great the presentation was. And Katie, we actually could understand you with your British accent. So
It's mellowed a lot. The accent has mellowed a lot.
Yeah.
10 years.
Yeah, I'm sure. All right, so I'm again, anybody have any comments? And you can actually, if you don't want to put in the chat, you can unmute yourself and ask a question. Michelle Putnam from Minnesota said, great job, love the format of the presentation. Okay, no questions? Well, you, Katie, did a great job coming into half an hour. I am just absolutely stunned, because as you know, they usually run into 45 minutes to an hour. So we're going to give you some time back, everyone. So stay tuned. You do have the calendars. I'll include the link again when I send out the recording. And everyone have a great evening. Bye-bye.
Thank you so much, everyone.